All righty.
Yo.
Foosball fans, another amazing day of sports and tacos. Let's get the
Bam!
go ahead and roll that intro.
Nope.
All righty, sports and tacos back again. Spencer Cadigan, your host as usual. We got a little smaller crew than normal today. We got Tony, Big Daddy, TMP Pantoja. We got Robert, the mouth from the South, Humphreys, and we got J Champ, Joe the Stallion Camparelli, here to solve all the world's football problems in the next hour. Hopefully, Tony can take somebody to Payless because after yesterday, I'm literally going to have to go to Payless. But it happens. Tough days happen, but today's a new day, Big Daddy. I think
Payless, man. I went to Walmart yesterday. Jeez Louise, first time in a long time, in about 2 years, 3 years. I went 0 for 5.
Big Daddy
Teams won, but
Big Daddy laid a goose egg yesterday. You weren't going to Walmart. You were going to Kmart. The 3 Kmarts that are still left. You were in the blue light special aisle.
The gas costs more than there.
On his birthday too.
Yeah, my birthday. Go figure. And last week's on Sunday and Monday, wow, I went 8 for 9.
Yeah,
So I only lost one game.
With it being your birthday, were there maybe things inhibiting your crystal ball yesterday?
I did shake that sucker, but it just didn't happen. I was hoping.
That's all right. So that makes me positive that possibly you're about to go 5-0 today. It makes me want to lay some.
Hey, I do got something for you guys though. Hey, TV world. I like this game coming up right now. It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Indianapolis Colts. Oh my gosh. What does the bookies know that we don't know?
A lot.
I'm just curious on this one because Kansas City Chiefs are only giving up 5 points.
I see that. Okay. Let's. Why don't we go ahead and start there? Yeah. So Chiefs at Indy. It's not like the headlining game of the day, but 5 points. I'm assuming you're taking the Chiefs all day in that, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's what kind of scares me.
That's why I was asking Bama earlier this morning. I was all, what do they know that we don't know? Who's not playing?
Obviously they know a lot. Look at what USC game last night that didn't cover. Look at
and just so you know,
State. I mean, there were a lot of college games yesterday. Were like kind of, there's no way this is gonna happen. But yeah, Vegas had it wrong.
And it happened, man.
You got to go Chiefs though, man. Really.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't care for the Chiefs, but
I think it's going to be a shootout. That's what I think. I think it might.
Granted, Michael Pittman Jr. is now finally back on the field.
Well, I think maybe it's just going to be because the Colts can run the football and kind of grind the clock. So therefore, the Chiefs might not have the opportunity to, go 44 to
Chuck, and I totally understand what you're saying, but you know what? Mr. Taylor in that backfield for Indianapolis, for the last 2 games, he didn't really show up. Maybe he might show up today, but right now, I'm still leaning towards Kansas City.
I'm not going to lie.
And the Colts got Pittman back, too.
Yeah, Pittman Jr.'s back.
And they got shut out by Jacksonville last week.
Yeah,
so
I think they're going to come out a little hungry, dude.
I still like Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to do something on that game, I would take Kansas City. But it just seems like one of those bait games. That line seems like bait. Like they know the whole world is just going to jump all over Chiefs -5, and you watch this
But
game's
they're
gonna
not.
end up being.
The line's actually dropped since it came out from, I think, 5.5 or 6 down to 5 right now. So that means all the money's going on the Indy side.
Well,
That's 'cause people are-
remember this. Remember this though. The betting public usually doesn't move lines. Sharps and whales move lines.
That's what I'm saying, and they're the ones that know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So if the line's moving down, then that means they're going on Indy's side. I just don't see it.
I'm staying away from that game. I got to
And
say.
see, another game that I think is a shocker too, and I'm going to be honest about it. The Vegas Raiders going to the Titans, Tennessee. The spread on that bad boy, it's -2 Vegas. You know what? The Raiders on paper look fantastic, but at the same time, as their play time, they're not doing what they're doing. Hey, granted, their brand new wide receiver, he's good.
Yeah,
But
oh
you
no,
know
he's
what?
good. I wanted to ask Joe how does it feel for the Raiders to be completely horrible again? To
Let
suck
me
again?
tell you,
What does it feel like
last
to
Sunday,
be the doormat of the AFC West?
A
Once
Broncos saying that?
it was funny on Sunday. That was one of the worst L's. But I was at work and there was that 2-point conversion. And they they were down by 10. The Cardinals were down by 10. And I looked at my buddy at work and I was just like, the Raiders are gonna lose this game. And he was like, what are you talking about, dude? And I was like, I've just seen it before. This has happened so many times. So it's as bad of a loss as that was, I'm just adapted to it. You know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't even bug me anymore.
I just couldn't. But
answer your
hey,
question,
Joe C,
on
the
YouTube.
thing I didn't understand was why did they give it to Withrow after he fumbled the first
Yeah,
time
right.
and then he
Fumbled,
fumbled the
yeah.
second?
Because they're the
Renfro,
fucking Raiders. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
I
You
totally
gotta have
get it.
faith in Rim.
Freaking
Come on, that's
Raiders.
bad. That's just bad timing.
Bad timing twice in a row.
Yeah.
So you've become
One of them
immune.
lost the game.
I've become immune to losing, yes.
You've become immune to sucking. That's
Yes,
awesome.
I've been
That's good
immune to
because-
failure.
Because I'm not
dude,
going to lie, the Broncos have been sucking too, but it just makes me feel better that you guys have been sucking even worse than the Broncos have.
Well, yeah, and in all seriousness, to talk about the Raiders, I think a loss like that, it's a tough one to come back from. And in the AFC West, I don't think they can lose another game if they want a chance. You know what I mean? It's going to be a long season, I feel, after that week.
You never know. It is a long
You never know.
season.
It's a long season now. Once again, it is a long season, so.
But I'm not going to lie. I was
completely
all
wrong.
over the Cardinals plus the 5.5 last week
Hey,
in that Raiders game. So
Raiders cost me.
that was the money.
Raiders
That
was that was my loss that I was telling you about.
I had no idea that they were going to win. I didn't think they were going to win the game outright like that. But dude, freaking, what are you going to do? I mean, it's the Raiders.
It's literally that's all you can. It was just so funny because he was just like, "Why aren't you mad?" And I'm like, "Because I'm I just knew, dude. I could just tell the way Derek Carr was playing. I've seen it before,
Yeah,
So-
I know how that is because I told Tony actually the same thing last Sunday afternoon when Tua got the ball back with 1.5 minutes left and Baltimore was up by 3. It's like, oh, Tony, we're going to lose this game. I've seen that score before.
Yeah,
Sure
that
enough.
is-
Right down the field, we play that BS prevent defense and they can't stop them. And yeah,
it never works. The prevent never works.
So Tony, what was your actual pick on Raiders at Titans? Because
I took the Raiders and I gave the 5.5.
it's only 2. So you like the Raiders? That's actually probably not a bad bet today because
I like the Raiders. They're gonna sooner or later. Adams is not their answer. The whole team has to be the answer.
they looked like if they'd have done anything in the second half like they did in the first half last game, they had that game won.
They had it in the bag and
Hey,
they
was
let
it-
it score.
Listen, was it not 20-0 at halftime?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. They dominated that game, and all of a sudden they do like some of these teams do. You get in the second half with the big lead. Oh, let's just chew the clock. Let's not do our game plan. Let's do these little swing passes or handoffs now instead of throwing the ball, moving the ball, and doing your regular plays. And yeah, did them in the butt again.
Yeah,
It cost me money.
If you think about both of their losses, they were both close. I mean, the Raiders could just as easily be 2-0 as 0-2. So I kind of like that pick. I think Tennessee I hate to say it, but I think at least from what I've seen, Tannehill, I think that whole thing at Tennessee is pretty much done. I mean, Derrick Henry's going to run the ball, but I kind of like that. Just if anything, because I think the Raiders get off the schneid today.
Yeah.
Sure. And that's the team to go with right there. Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Let's. We'll do a little shout out. We're gonna do some commercials, and we'll do some sponsor stuff real quick. So we will be back in like 2 minutes, and we're out.
All right, this is Sports and Tacos. We got freaks out there. We got 4 of them. We got 5 of them. We got special guests. We got a man in the shower. We got a brainiac. We got a guy that looks like he's supposed to be on Sports Center. And then you got me. It's all about the TMP, Sports and Tacos.
Perfect.
Why Sports and Tacos? Because we're number 1. We try to do things a little different from everybody else, and that's who we are because we party like the big dogs.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. So I want to give a shout out. We actually have a couple of sponsors now, right here. This is my buddy Ray Panetta's business, Pro Signatures Memorabilia. Ray Panetta has like the sickest sports memorabilia collection / business that I've seen in LA. This guy has stuff in his collection. He does lots of charity auctions, lots of nonprofit auctions, lots of events. I mean, he has stuff that just blows my mind. He has this one piece that inside of the frame is an autographed 8x10 of John Elway and an autographed 8x10 of Peyton Manning with like all 3 of the Broncos Super Bowl rings in it.
Wow.
It's like one of the sickest things I've ever seen. And then we also have a new supporter of the show, our buddy Paul Pratt, who was on a couple of weeks ago.
Attaboy.
We want to give a shout out to Paul Pratt and Noah Water. He's got this really cool new brand of water that's it's like super purified water that's like infused with electrolytes. Really good for you, like some of the best water that you can drink, and it also supports a lot of good causes. So I want to give a shout out to Paul Pratt as well for jumping on board and sponsoring Sports and Tacos. And we'll have a couple more commercials, and then we'll be back in just a minute. But yeah, Paul Pratt, we definitely want to say thanks to Paul Pratt and Ray Panetta for supporting our amazing sports show.
All about having some fun, a little bit of sports knowledge from 3, 4, 5, 6 different folks, depending on the night. Let you know about what happened that day in sports. We'll get to it. Check us out, Sports and Tacos at YouTube.
Who are the guys at Sports and Tacos? We're a bunch of sports experts who work together in a huge sports bar forever, and we know more sports than anybody in this entire world because we put our money where our mouth is.
Yeah, that's why Vegas is.
Okay, yeah, we're back. We're back trying to put our money where our mouth is, trying to recover from yesterday. But just so you know, this guy, I have a crystal ball as well, and it was not inhibited with anything involving a birthday yesterday. So I did 2 smart things. I followed TMP, but I took the money lines, not the bets. And so I got to go. I was 2-0 yesterday. Now,
Arkansas cost me a half a point.
I basically I took what did I do? I followed you on Clemson, but I took Clemson just to win, and then I took USC just to win because I don't know what yesterday was. Nobody was covering yesterday. They were winning, they just weren't covering, and
No.
You know, sometimes I guess I've been
Except for
doing
Georgia and except for Oklahoma. I'm sorry, not even that. Hell, what? Ohio State and Alabama, only ones that covered. Georgia
Yeah,
didn't cover.
it just
Oklahoma loses. Michigan didn't cover.
I don't know why it just
They lost.
it just I've been doing this a long time, and a win is a win. You know, if you can get that,
What were your odds on the money line on like the Clemson game?
minus 300. It was 300 on Clemson, and it was minus 230 on USC. Clemson was 7.5. USC was 6. So
Yeah.
I need safety. I've been burned by point spreads too many times. You know, that hook that I in football, I preach about this. 3.5, 7.5, 10.5, 14.5, 17.5. Those hooks so many times have burned me. You know?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So like that 7.5, I think I like to think I've become a little older and a little wiser, and just take the money line. Sometimes.
Well, all right. Listen up, sports fans. All right, this is what I got for you guys today. I'm gonna be different because yesterday 0-5 just didn't work for me on my birthday. So I'm guessing on Sunday, and I'm praying on Sunday, but at the same time, I got a pick for you. All right, the first one, let's go with the day game. I am taking the Raiders over the Titans.
We got that.
Will give up.
Like that.
I will give up the 2 points. I don't think their running back's going to run 60 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the Raiders are going to overwhelm them. But then also my next one, here's a little shocker. We're going to Carolina, right? The Panthers versus the Saints.
What?
I'll take the Saints all day. Kamara's back. He's still a little sore and all that, but I like the Saints. And
that's right.
I like the Saints. Because it's only 2. Yeah.
It's at Carolina, but Carolina, I mean, they really haven't showed anything. You know,
You think New Orleans might be a little PO'd after last week too with Tampa Bay, but
yeah. I mean, I don't think. Okay, also that goes against my policy of never bet on garbage. I think that's a garbage game. Now, there's this old saying, if you're gonna, what is it? Something to do with like, if you're gonna screw yourself, make sure the chick is good looking or something. The point being, don't bet on garbage, because you never know what's going to happen in a trash game like that with trash teams. Anything can happen.
I actually like it, my man. I actually like it. Winston's throwing the ball pretty good, and now their running attack is back. Kamara is going to be running back 1. Fantasy users, there we go. But at the same time, I like that. I like the game,
But if I was going to touch that game today, it would definitely be the Saints, and that mainly because it's 2. Again, if that was 3.5 or something, but it's just the home dogs. Okay, so you know that being at home, that's worth, they say, 3 points. So that means they actually think that the Saints are
good favorites.
Most definitely.
5 points.
But for an underdog team for the
Joe,
underdog team in the morning, guys, hey, Detroit Lions are
hold on, hey, Tony, hold on. One second. Joe.
I just have a question to get on for the fantasy users out there. So you're saying, Tony, so Kamara's back. So for the daily fantasy, you're saying Mark Ingram's a no-go?
Mark Ingram's still hurt.
He's playing, but you're saying no, he's playing for sure. Because I was going to start him because I thought Kamara was questionable, and I thought
Kamara is now confirmed that he is going to be the starting running back.
Okay, so Mark Ingram, you would say sit him.
I would sit him on that one. Who's your other running back?
Well, no, it's my daily lineup.
Oh, your daily lineup.
I was doing daily, yeah. I was gonna plug in Mark Ingram as kind of my low salary guy because I thought Kamara was maybe questionable.
If you're looking for wide receivers, or if you're going for I would go with Pittman Jr. today.
I have Pittman Jr.
All right.
I need like a running back under like 5,600, but
What about Gibson for Washington?
Okay,
Antonio-
yeah, all you fantasy peeps out there, be listening.
he's a little
to,
too much.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
figure it
so
out. I'll
what-
figure it
so-
out. We'll talk about it later.
Tony, what other game were you were just about to dive into another garbage game? The Lions.
Yeah, and it
the
is a true
Vikings?
garbage game. Detroit Lions going into Minnesota.
We're gonna start
Yes,
calling you the
I
trash
take
man.
Detroit all day. Kirk Cousins hasn't shown me anything. By the way,
Line on that.
yeah, I
6.5.
6.5. I would give it. You know, you got two great running backs. You got a wide receiver, a couple of them, and a rookie. And then, all day long, Detroit Lions. Kirk Cousins, after last week, showed me nothing.
He
3
did,
picks.
but that
I'm
was
flipping.
that was okay. Number one, it was Monday night. Kirk Cousins is the worst Monday night quarterback in the history of ever. So
What? In
I
both
just
games, he hasn't showed me anything.
I get it, but this
This is
I
like
just-
a prime Kirk Cousins bounce back game, dude. That's the only
yeah,
thing.
dude. I mean,
He's
it's
good at
like-
he's good at 11 o'clock. Like his stats are so funny, dude. He's horrible at prime time. He crushes it at 11 o'clock games. It's like
And
a
it's-
good bounce back.
It's at Minnesota. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole.
I think
nobody-
Swift is going to eat him alive.
Yeah, with Swift and St. Brown, man, yeah, it's kind of hard to go against Detroit right now.
And they also got something, the Shark.
They got
The Shark.
And they got Dan Campbell. That
You
guy's-
know, like I said, they got a team. They got a team around them. And, their defense ain't too shabby either.
This game makes me want to throw up in my mouth.
Oh, man, it's a party in your mouth, baby.
Dry heaves. When I
Kansas fans
That's-
should have made
yeah, wait. Like just looking at this game on my freaking screen just makes me want to like puke. It just I don't even want to waste 5 seconds on this game.
I hope that's the game you get in local network out there.
Oh my god, dude. All right, let's talk about. Hey, what do you say we talk about some important games that people actually care about? Why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and start off with the Ravens at the Patriots. I bet there's somebody on the show that might care about this game.
Yeah, let's go Ravens. Talking about a bounce back game. Heck, we got to do something this week.
Too bad the man in the shower is not on right now, because I kind of wanted to say a couple things to him.
He's
about
going.
this game.
He's going to the Chargers game today.
Well, so
Wow. Hey, is Herbert going to play or not?
What? No, I'm not sure, but let's stick to the Ravens and the Patriots real
my
quick.
question is,
I don't see Mac Jones and the Patriots being able to keep up with Lamar's offense right there. The way our defense looked last week and what the guys coming off injury, still not looking 100%, they probably going to put up some points on us. Not a lot because it is kind of a slow offense there in the New England, it seems like. So, yeah, I don't see the Ravens having really no problems in this one.
so
But I mean,
so Bama, you want Lamar Jackson to go off today, huh?
Yeah, just like you want me to have Derek Carr go off.
That's true. I saw you just switched out Jameis there.
Yeah, put Derek Carr up there. I figured it was kind
I
of fun.
saw that, you little.
I understand what you're saying. New England, they are not, but they're still 1-1, and this is at New England.
Yeah, but Baltimore's going to put up points. I just don't see New England being able to put up as many points as Baltimore can. They don't have the offense of Miami right there.
That's true, and again, it's a God. Vegas is so good.
Belichick's
It's
going to game
2.5.
plan. No,
It's 2.5. If
I like that.
if
Justin
the dark-
Tucker will go.
the Dark Lord has a game plan. Well, okay, when it's 2.5, it's 2.5 for a reason because they know that it's going to bait everybody into taking Baltimore.
If for Belichick to win, he's going to have to slop the game up like he did with Buffalo last year.
Yeah, it's going to be like
But-
Tim Tebow-esque, just run the football every down.
But that doesn't do anything bad to Baltimore. We slop up the game anyway a lot of times with the way the offensive plays we run. So that just kind of plays into our game plan. Sure, you want to slow the clock down more? That's fine. We'll do that. We'll still beat you by 14.
Yeah, that's true. I just, maybe the world needs to accept the fact that it was Brady. It wasn't Belichick.
No, I'm not saying it was Belichick still got a good game plan in mind right there. Like I say, like we saw last year when he just completely shut down Buffalo that one game by throwing the ball twice, 3 times, whatever it was.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So he's got a mind definitely to do it. But again, I mean, even if he does get some things out against Baltimore, our offense is too strong to be slowed down enough to where New England's going to come through with it, unless we turn the ball over like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you're probably right. Baltimore minus the 2.5 is definitely the safe bet in this game.
I see Baltimore winning by 10 points. That's it.
What do you think, Joe?
Yeah.
I was gonna chime in and say I don't think really is like Mac Jones the guy. Like I don't.
Hey, he looked a little shabby the last 2 weeks.
And I think we're slowly, kind of what we talked about last week, and Spencer just chimed in. Like, I think New England gets a couple points because they're still the Patriots, but I think slowly in the next couple of years, we're going to see like these games, like this 2.5 point spread. I think we're slowly going to see it be like 4.5. You know, I think go down to. I think the Patriots dynasty's declining, and I think they get a lot of respect from Vegas from that. So, and I kind of like the call that Ravens by 10.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's dive in real quick to. I guess it could end up being the game of the day, and that's Bills at
Yeah,
Miami.
I knew you were going to say it, Shotgun. I knew you were going to say it.
I mean,
guess what? I like still the Bills and giving the 4 points. I do like that. You know what? Hey, after what they did last week, awesome. Great. Congratulations. But now they're playing actually a true AFC team that can possibly be
kind of a shot at Baltimore there.
You already know that. Super Bowl champion.
But hey, Buffalo's got 4 defense starters out, man. That's a couple back.
Yeah, I just said Micah Hyde's out for the year. I just saw.
I mean, yeah.
Well, again, crazy things happen down in Miami for some reason.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
You get the Bills down in that heat and that humidity, and they get into it. I mean, they can hang in any track meet, obviously, but I mean, after watching like that game with Baltimore last weekend.
You know what? Hey, and one thing about Baltimore, their quarterback, outstanding. He looks like he's going for a paycheck.
Yeah, and it could 4.5. I'm scared of the 4.5.
That's an iffy game. I'm Tony on this. I like Buffalo giving that up. It's kind of hard to say, but I mean, Miami's going to score, but I don't think they're going to put up 45 again this week like that.
The way Josh Allen and Diggs, that little connection right there, unbelievable. What they did on Monday night was great, and what they've been doing. And you know what? They're used to it. And then they also got McKenzie. They got stuff going on. They're running backs. They got multiple running backs. And
no,
you know
don't.
What?
Yeah,
I also got a quarterback running back.
I agree. I agree with all of that.
Game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game.
But 4.5 is my problem. If it was 2.5, I'd be all over the Bills. Anything, dude. This game could be nutso.
So you taking the Dolphins in, Spencer?
I think I'm taking the Dolphins plus the 4.5. I think the Bills win, but it's like a field goal at the end of a crazy freaking game again. Now that might just be me, hanging on to last weekend's game with Baltimore.
Well, see, last weekend's game, Baltimore should have won that darn game.
Yeah,
they should have won that darn game.
Yes, we should.
And you know what? I got to give it to the connection Tua and freaking Mr. Wide Receiver boy.
Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle did awesome. Jeez. And then you got Hill himself, the fastest man in the freaking NFL. I got to give it to, they never gave up. That's the word.
They didn't give up, and
Miami's got a lot to prove today, especially in Tua's eyes. He's facing Josh Allen and the team that's been ahead of them since they've been there.
I see the AFC Championship right there of good old Buffalo,
Really?
And you know what? I see Miami going far too, but not today.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Joe, did you get to chime in about this game?
I'm iffy about this one. If I'd use my free bet, I think I'd go safe and go Buffalo.
Just take
instead of
I don't know how to read. I don't know how Miami weird things happen in Miami. You think about the Patriots dynasty days and the Miami, how horrible they were. That was always a close game. So, yeah, like I said, I'm iffy, but I'd probably take Buffalo.
Got it. Okay, but let's take a little commercial break and we'll get back after it because we got a whole bunch. There's a bunch more good games going on.
Yeah,
All right.
A lot of road games this week.
Back. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
All about having some fun, a little bit of sports knowledge from 3, 4, 5, 6 different folks, depending on the night. Let you know about what happened that day in sports. We'll get to it. Check us out, Sports and Tacos at YouTube.
Perfect. You can see Sports and Tacos at YouTube. Smash that subscribe button right now. We are on Sunday mornings, Monday nights, and Thursday nights. Sports and Tacos, YouTube, subscribe. Do it now.
right.
I'm sorry.
Right, this is Sports and Tacos. We got freaks out there. We got 4 of them. We got 5 of them. We got special guests. We got a man in the shower. We got a brainiac. We got a guy that looks like he's supposed to be on Sports Center. And then you got me. It's all about the TMP, Sports and Tacos. Why Sports and Tacos? Because we're number 1. We try to do things a little different from everybody else, and that's who we are because we party like the big dogs.
Okay, sweet. All right, we're back again. I want to give a little shout out to our buddy Paul Pratt. Hope to have him on the show again soon. Noah water, best water in the world. It's like super clean, purified water infused with electrolytes. It hydrates really good. So, and also I want to give another shout out to my buddy Ray Panetta with Pro Signatures memorabilia. The dude has the sickest sports memorabilia that I've seen. Like when I'm hanging out with the guy at events and stuff, I literally would almost work for this guy for free just because the stuff is so awesome. And even beyond like the sports stuff, this guy has like comic book stuff and movie stuff that just is mind blowing. He does it all himself. Like he sets up all the design of the framework and everything. He does it all himself. If you have a chance, go to Pro Signatures memorabilia and check it out because it's pretty freaking amazing. So, anyways, it is September 25th. And we got a bunch more football to get to. I'm going to start with my pick of the day. This is my safety pick. I've been into safety lately. Knock on wood. You got the Bengals playing at the Jets. And I'm taking the Bengals just to win. I think the Bengals get off the schneid. They're 6.5-point favorites.
You're really going out on a limb there.
Just safety, dude. Safety.
How was that a safety? How was that a safety bet? They ain't won a game yet. Jets come off.
Yeah, I know, but Joe Burrow is still Joe Burrow. They at some point you would think like the Broncos, like the Raiders, are going to get their act together sooner or later, and it might as well be against the freaking Jets. Suck.
Nope. Joe Flacco coming through again.
That's what I was gonna say. Flacco, Blakey looked last
Flacco against the what is that? The AFC North? Who knows? He's got their got the blueprint.
Flacco versus Joe Burrow, and I just think Joe Burrow. I don't know why.
Joe Burrow missed his.
Yeah, I know, but he's also got youth on his side. Joe Flacco.
Yeah, he does. I know. Definitely Cincinnati should take that game, but
I'm just, I'm hoping. Like I said, there's no taking the Bengals to cover 6.5 points, but I am gonna go out on a limb and just hope the Bengals get their first win today at the Jets.
They got to win at some point. They are, they did make the Super Bowl last year.
Where they
The
were
game I'm
playing-
kind of interested in, it's a 11 o'clock game on Fox. It's the Eagles versus Washington. I like the Eagles in this one, but I don't like giving up the 6 points. I do not. I think it's going to be closer than that.
Yeah, I mean, if
You got, after what they pulled out last week, the Eagles on Monday night, man, they looked great. But you know what? They're not going to be doing that against Washington. Washington's pretty stacked.
they are, I think. Well, God, that's a toughie. It's 6.
Yeah.
I'd like to say the Redskins. I just wouldn't touch that game, but I'm not going to lie. If there is a team that I all of a sudden would throw something on to like make it to the Super Bowl out of the NFC, it's the Eagles.
That hurts.
Interesting.
Yeah,
interesting team.
that's interesting.
No, so yeah, they got a heck of an offensive dynamic now with AJ Brown taking over there.
They run.
He's
They
a
can,
beast.
they
You can
can
tell
run
Tennessee
the
misses him.
football.
Yeah, definitely.
They can throw the football. They can run the football. They can run the football so they can throw
Stop
the football.
Yeah.
They can throw the football so that they can run the football. So
It's an interesting team.
I mean, Philly, I don't want to say that they're necessarily the best team in the NFC, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're definitely the best team in that division, I think.
Yeah.
It's still two
You know, but guess what? You still got the still got the New York Giants,
That's true.
man.
Giants are undefeated also.
And they got a healthy running back now. Their quarterback, he's producing. The Giants, you got to watch out for them. For Monday Night Football, I took the Giants over the Cowboys. Cowboys ain't too bad with that little backup quarterback that they have, but I think the Giants are going to beat them.
Yeah. So what? +6. So it's the Eagles favored by 6 over Washington. What are you thinking, Joe? Are we just staying away from that, or
No, dude, I'm taking the Eagles, man. I think they're legit. I kind of like what you're saying. I think we're still early in the season, but I think Hurts, Brown, I think that connection's awesome. And I think the way Hurts runs the ball, like you said, if you can run the ball, you can throw the ball.
Yeah.
So it's a division game, which kind of that 6 points is a big number, but I think the Eagles, I don't know if they can get it done here. I think they're legitimate. Like you said, they can come out of the NFC and be like legitimate contenders if they like come out strong this game.
Yeah, I think that would be another good safety play because I don't think I would touch the point spread on this thing, but I would take the Eagles to win this game.
Dude, I think I would touch the point spread, dude. I don't like Carson Wentz. I don't like the Wentz. I don't like I don't like Wentz. I just don't.
I mean,
way too streaky in a game. Yeah.
He has a good wide receiver and a good running back, a young running back.
Who's the running back over there? Oh,
Gibson.
Gibson, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget about Dodson, I think is his name. He's the number 2 guy that's actually played a lot better than McLaren so far this year.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I'm taking the Eagles, dude. I like
the Eagles too.
I like the
I've been
Eagles.
impressed by him.
It's a good
I don't
football
see him
number,
winning by
but
6.
on the road.
Yeah, that's 6 scares me, but I'm kind of with Bam. I can see him coming out strong.
Less than a touchdown, I'm cool with.
Yeah. I just, it's a division game. This game could very easily end up 24-21. I wouldn't touch the point spread, but I think the Eagles win this game and come out of there 3-0, which is, I didn't think the Eagles were going to be that big of a deal this year, but I'm actually starting to, be kind of convinced that Jalen Hurts with the right team around him can be.
And he's basically
amazing.
a running back, and so he can scramble. And it's like if he gets in trouble, just throw the ball up to that beast you got outside. You know what I mean? Like there's a 50% chance he comes down with it.
Yeah.
Probably higher than that, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you? Cool. Yeah, I'm taking Philly to win. Bama, did you have you sound like you would take Philly also, right?
Yeah, I'll say I like Philly to cover the 6 on that one. I feel like
Okay, awesome. Let's see. Well, we got kind of an interesting game today. We have Jacksonville at the Chargers. Chargers are favored by 3.5. Trevor Lawrence is kind of starting to look good.
He's throwing the ball correctly, and you know what's saving him too is their defense.
Yeah.
You know, after a 24-0 shutout last week, you know, of course it's Indianapolis, but right now Indianapolis is banged up, and you know, you can't rely on the running back. It's tough. It's tough.
Well, you got that spread's only what 2.5, 3.5,
Three and a half.
Because what Herbert's still questionable to play today, whether he's going to even play or not. And it's kind of a game time decision for him right there.
And plus, on top of it, too, Keenan Allen, he's not.
I'll say, but Jacksonville's
not
going
playing.
from Jacksonville to LA to play. You know that spread will be a whole lot higher if there was a healthy Herbert. So they kind of banking on Herbert not to be healthy. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Herbert's going to play from what I've been hearing. So yeah, I think that's an easy thing to take right there. Take Chargers -2 or 3.5.
You know,
And again, yeah, I know Jacksonville looked great last week, but it's a not so good looking Indianapolis Colts team that they shut out right there. So I'm not taking that for what it is worth. I'm not really 100% how to feel about that one.
yeah, that's a toughie. I mean, I think I wouldn't touch that game, period. But if I was going to touch that game, I'd be taking Jacksonville plus the 3.5.
Nah,
Just based on the fact that
they
maybe
still-
Trevor Lawrence is finally starting to come into his own, you know?
Etienne's had a pretty decent game, I think, last week also. Jacksonville looked like a decent team, but again, it was against the Colts last week. And the Colts ain't showing me nothing this year except that Jonathan Taylor is going to have to run his butt off because Matt Ryan can't get the ball to nobody half the time, it don't seem like. And the defense is not the Colts defense we've seen the last few years.
nah,
Mainly because their coordinator left.
Is Darius Leonard playing? Is he
Who?
for the Colts? Darius Leonard,
I don't know.
that middle linebacker, that like rookie of the year.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he might be out. I think that's what's like kind of.
So it's Chargers minus 3.5. Both. So
I like Chargers. I like Chargers.
Cover the 3.5.
Joe.
Chargers.
You take the Chargers to cover the 3.5 also?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm the only one that likes Jacksonville in that game. Just I don't know, and it's not that I even like him. I think it's more of like a hope. I don't know why. I kind of hope Trevor Lawrence becomes something. There was so much hype around that guy. I really don't want to see another freaking, super hype #1 draft pick just go to a crap team and just 2-3 years from now be out of the NFL. I would like to see another new superstar.
He's looking better than something. If you're talking about like the Ryan Leafs and those kind of guys.
Yes, there's so many.
But yeah, he's looking better than that. I mean, he ain't looking. Yeah.
So and I guess probably in the absolute toilet bowl game of the day, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Seattle Seahawks. Nobody cares.
Falcons win.
Yeah, Falcons.
You think the Falcons get off the schneid?
I do, man. Yeah, they almost got off the schneid last week against the Rams on a pretty nice comeback.
Who's the Falcons' freaking quarterback?
Marcus Mariota.
Oh my God!
He's been putting up numbers like Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, when you got London, you got freaking Pitts, and even the running backs are catching the darn ball.
Well, they're playing Seattle though. That's the main thing.
I just see that game. I think Falcons win at least by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, that's a big stretch.
I
feel like they win the game, but
because Seattle doesn't have a good defense anymore. They don't have what they used to have. They do not have the defense like they used to. I see 2 touchdowns.
No way. I didn't even know Marcus Mariota was still in the NFL.
Yeah, he got once Matt Ryan went to Indy, he got either traded or released and then signed by Tennessee. I'm sorry, by Vegas, by the Raiders, and then No, I was all hyped up a little bit about it. He was one of my kind of sleeper quarterbacks because heck, the dude was really good Tennessee before he hurt his leg, and end of the season right there, and then all Vegas really did was let him do some wildcat, and he didn't do that bad. But yeah, man, Atlanta's kind of letting him do it, and he's I think Atlanta. He's made that team better than they should be this year. I'll say that.
I get that, but I have a feeling Atlanta is playing for the first pick in the NFL draft next year, so they get a quarterback. That's what I think.
No, I don't see them being that. No. Seattle's worse than that. That's why I think they're going to beat Seattle.
Seattle beat the Broncos. So.
Oh, yeah, and the Broncos might be playing for the first pick if they don't watch out.
Yeah.
No. Okay, let's go there right now. San Francisco -1.5 at Denver. All I know is this is in this world, usually after a little while, the cream rises to the top. And I think we're going to see Russell Wilson become the old Russell Wilson today, start scrambling around and making plays. I'm
going to chime in.
He's got to be better than Jimmy G.
I'm going to chime in as a Raiders fan, then I'll let you guys have the floor. I think all I'll say about the Broncos is I think that better have to happen, because I think like if the Broncos don't like show up and like start dominating, I think that head coach is like gone pretty quickly too. Even if they even if they're winning, like I think they have to dominate, because I think that like field goal call and like the way they've been doing offense, I think they need to start
mismanagements and all that.
Yeah, I think they need. And I just saw they brought like a Ravens like coordinator in to help him out with game management, and it's like, what are you doing, dude? Like the
Has
Broncos
anybody ever heard of that?
Right. Like so,
like,
this
is my
dominate tonight,
dude. This is my thinking.
Or tomorrow night.
Okay, this is the NFL. You are a head coach. You could literally hire a 9-year-old who plays Madden to manage the clock better than it's been getting managed. You know what I'm saying?
Those damn delayed games.
I want to hear what Tony has to say as a Bronco.
Tony, yeah. Hey, Bronco, what's happening? What's going to be? We're home underdogs by 1.5.
I know, and usually on that part, Cleveland with a grade A quarterback, and our receiver core is. We miss Judy. We miss Tim Patrick. Our running attack, we're doing good. We have to hold on to the ball. Coach management, we need help, because it's not responding and it's showing on the field. The delay of games, that's embarrassing. I'm just
no punt returner.
It's one of those, we're hurt, but we're not.
Well, this is what I'm saying is like, I think at some point great players play great. And
but the catch is shotgun. The catch is shotgun. The coach that's telling him the plays, he has to understand, we got a grade A quarterback, like I said. Let him play.
Yeah.
Let him be him.
I think that's what, I guess at some point he's just going to have to take over. Understand you have a rookie head coach who's probably a little bit overwhelmed, and just it's on Russell Wilson today. He is a better quarterback than Jimmy G, but overall, Jimmy G, he does win. So the greatness of Russell Wilson is going to have to come through today for the Broncos to win this football game, or we could get crushed in this game. The Niners, they got Jimmy G back. Oh, besides their quarterback position, they're a pretty rock solid team. We could get smoked unless Russell Wilson comes out and pulls some magic today.
Don't fret, Spencer. You guys are going to get a win today.
I hope we get a win today.
You get, yeah. I mean, I would have been 100% sure about the win before the injury to Lance last weekend, but yeah, Jimmy G coming in, that's a little bit more of a dynamic to the team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
But Russell's played this team how many times over the years? Yeah. He's familiar with the 49ers. He's familiar with Jimmy G. I mean, yeah, if any game, like you said, if any game's going to be a breakout, today's going to be a breakout for Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
it has to be.
About that. I didn't even think about him playing San Francisco all those times.
I'm not betting that it's going to happen. It just has to happen. At least
they know him as well too, though. It kind of goes both ways, so they're familiar with him also. But
yeah, true.
But I just think, Russell's a greater player. Russell's scenarios, waiting for something to happen, and with all the hype going against him this week, especially with Jimmy G taking over and all that, I think it's perfect time for. Even though all the bad press and all that's been about the coaching and all that, it's also kind of swapped over to Jimmy G coming and playing and beating the Broncos. So
yeah, you might be right. Like
I think they use that. Russell uses that. The team uses that, and they come through tonight.
Yeah, that's a good analysis, Bam. I like that a lot too, because like Russell Wilson might be. It's almost like he could be like flying under the radar because everything's on like what's Jimmy G going to do against the Broncos instead of like let's have Russell's breakout game.
Yeah,
yeah. I like the Broncos, and you know what? I'll say the score is going to be 24-17.
Okay. Who you
7
betting on?
points.
You see, because the Niners are 1.5 point favorites. Joe, who you betting on?
You know, since I'm right next to the stadium, I was late to the podcast because I had to move my car because of parking. So I'm gonna take the boys. I'm gonna take the donkeys. And I like him. I think Russell Wilson's gonna get it done.
What do you think, Bama?
I like Bama's analysis.
Yeah. I like the Broncos tonight.
So everybody thinks that Russell Wilson's going to shake the rust off and come out and be Russell Wilson today. Yes, I love it.
Oh,
yes.
But at the same time, I'm not. I'm no bet, no action on this game because I don't know what's going to happen. I am hoping we see the Russell Wilson that the Denver Broncos paid for today. That's what I'm hoping for, because if we continue seeing what we've been seeing, it's going to be a long season, and we're going to be right there with in the cellar.
You need to get the running backs to act like they getting paid for what they're doing. Some of the receivers to act like they're getting paid for what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what? I see.
Of course, the head coach, but still.
With that 49 defense, I see Javonte Williams. I see him getting 100 yards plus.
That would be great. I would take that all day today. So. All right, let's take. There's a few more games we got to get into before we wrap this up.
I gotta go. 10 minutes. 9 minutes.
No, yeah, you're good. We're done in like 10. So, anyways, yeah, let's hear from our sponsors. A couple more shout outs, and then we'll wrap up the last games of the day. Okay, we'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Here we go.
All right, this is Sports and Tacos. We got freaks out there. We got 4 of them. We got 5 of them. We got special guests. We got a man in the shower. We got a brainiac. We got a guy that looks like he's supposed to be on Sports Center. And then you got me. It's all about the TMP, Sports and Tacos.
You can see Sports and Tacos at YouTube. Smash that subscribe button right now. We are on Sunday mornings, Monday nights, and Thursday nights. Sports and Tacos, YouTube, subscribe. Do it now.
Because we get paid to put our money where our mouth is. We tell you how it is for real, not what they want you to say. Listen to us, Sports and Tacos.
Cool, perfect. Who are the guys at Sports and Tacos? We're a bunch of sports experts who work together in a huge sports bar forever, and we know more sports than anybody in this entire world because we put our money where our mouth is. All right, we're going to give a few more shout outs real quick, and then we'll get back to the rest of the games. I want to give a quick shout out to Easy Way Networks. One's trying to blow us up, hype us up, get the whole world to see Sports and Tacos every weekend and during the week. So yeah, Easy Way Networks, check them out. Whole world, they're a great organization. So, and let's see, we're going to give another shout out to Noah Water, the Noah Water. If anybody's interested, go to thenoahwater.com. Again, it's our buddy Paul Pratt's company. Super good water. It's like super clean, super filtered water infused with electrolytes. It's really good stuff. And we'll give one last shout out to Pro Signatures Memorabilia, my buddy Ray Panetta. Go to his website. Go check him out on Instagram. He has the coolest freaking stuff in the whole world. We're going to be having both of these guys on the show. Ray wants to come on. I really want to start getting a segment about sports memorabilia. And, in the past, we've done like buy or sell players. I want to ask him, what players can you get? What memorabilia can you get cheap right now? Just like the sports stock market. What players could you get for cheap now that might blow up over the next, year or two and get that value? So, All right, on to the final games of the day. We have the Green Bay Packers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are favored by 1.5. I gotta go with history on this one. I got to take old man Brady to probably win this game. I don't know, just because it's Tampa Bay. It's in Tampa Bay. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy. Aaron Rodgers is not good against Tom Brady in his career.
That's going to change.
Why?
Aaron, look at that running duo in the backfield. You got Dillon, you got Jones. Oh my gosh! And then now he's not just throwing to the pups. He's throwing to his veterans.
Okay, let's backtrack. They got crushed in week 1. They went out. I guess they basically dominated the Vikings on Monday night when Kirk Cousins. That's like
Chicago.
or was it? I'm sorry, was it Chicago? Yeah, it was Chicago. So they beat Chicago 27-10. But that was a Monday night game, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. That's why I was getting confused there. So they beat the Bears. I mean, how much do you buy into a 27-10 beating of the Bears to where you think that they're going to go into Tampa? I mean, Tampa, their defense is still good. They still run the football.
Basically,
they have wide receivers and they have Tom Brady.
Who are they going to throw to? They don't have wide receivers this week, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, Mike Evans is out.
Mike Evans is out. Godwin's out. Julio's a game time decision for him, and they signed Cole Beasley. That's your 4 right there. Then you throw in Cameron Brate at tight end. Now it's going to be a Leonard Fournette game versus Aaron Jones and Dillon game.
Yeah,
that's what it's going to be.
And Lazard is back, and he did score a touchdown on Monday night. I think he's going to be doing better today. And and they got Randall Cobb too, and then they're throwing to their tight end too. Yeah, I like the Packers on the money line. Don't need the points. They're going to beat them outright.
It was practically a pick 'em. It's gone up to 1.5 now on Tampa Bay side. So, what are you thinking on that, Bama? If you had to put $1,000 on that game today,
I get with many injuries both teams got injuries, but with what Tampa Bay's got out and the weapons they're missing on offense, I see Green Bay. Yeah, I see Green Bay going in with it right there. So again, with the running game they got, the confidence that Rodgers got throwing to some of his receivers last week, I can see them going in there. The Tampa's got one of the best defenses, man. Got Leonard Fournette, who's running like a beast so far this year, just running over folks left and right. But still think Green Bay's got too much today with Evans out, with no Godwin. Julio plays still going to be a little off.
Yeah.
This game. I know it's in Tampa Bay also, but again. Rodgers got a little confidence last week. He's going against a bit of a banged-up Tampa Bay team, and I'll take Tampa or Green Bay to take this one.
All right, it's going to be my closing statement because I got to get out of here. But
Cool.
I'm taking Tampa. I like Tom Brady. I'm going with history once again. The only thing that scares me is that this is what Green Bay does. This is the same thing they did last year. Is they were horrible their first game, then they went off for like 8 straight games. But I think that little trend is going to stop with Tom Brady. I think he's the history maker. So that's my analysis.
If anybody can do it, it's Tom.
Yeah, but That's it. I hope you guys have an awesome football Sunday.
Joe, later, man.
Good luck this week, Bama.
Yep, I appreciate it. You as well. Go Derek Carr.
Go Ravens, dude. Go Lamar.
That's right. Go Raiders. Let's get that.
Sweet. All right,
Broncos.
Okay, later, Joe. All right, so let's get one more game in that's kind of interesting, at least to me. Is Rams at Cardinals. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites in this game. I don't think I don't think I would touch the point spread, but does the trend of the Cardinals sucking at home continue? Do you think that what do you think they take away from that miracle win at the Raiders last weekend?
2 completely different teams. 2 completely different teams.
Yeah.
I got to throw out there, Their defense.
Who?
The Rams defense will hold them up. And at the same time, you got two decent running backs in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
You got a great quarterback. Your wide receiver core, awesome. I think the Rams are going to prevail.
Got it. You think that would you take them to cover the 3.5?
I would take it on the money line.
Take it on the money line.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Bama?
I'm gonna go the opposite, man. I'm gonna think I think Arizona covers the 3.5, and I guess only because after watching, of course, the Raiders game. I mean, Arizona got their butts whooped for the first half of the game, then came back, got some confidence. I mean, you saw it's hard to stop Kyler Murray sometimes, man, when he's going around. He does have weapons, but more so what I saw with the Rams last week, the way they let Mariota and the Falcons come back when they had a huge lead, just like the Raiders did. They almost let Falcons come back and beat them. And between the Falcons and the Cardinals, I think the Cardinals are a much better team. So the Rams doing what they did last week, letting Falcons come back. I could see the Cardinals doing similar kind of things this week and maybe not going down that much. So I like them to cover 3.5.
Got it. Yeah, that's a toughie.
That's a tough game. That is.
That is a tough game. I mean, I would like to say Rams on the money line.
I like Rams to win the game. I just feel like maybe a field goal. Yeah, if that 1 point, 2 point, that hook, like you said, the hook, man, that 3.5 hook. I think coming to play today.
And I really don't think too much about tomorrow night's game. We'll try and have a show tomorrow night, so we'll get into it tomorrow night, maybe while the game's going. But yeah, I think, God, dude, man, as much as I want to do something on Rams and Cardinals, I just don't think I can. If I was forced to do something, I would just take the Rams to win the game.
What's the over/under? Go with the over, bro.
That's not a bad 48.5.
Really, 48.5?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, I like the over on that one. Actually,
So
I see like a
24.
28-24 game, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
dudes. Another
Real quick,
what's that? Go ahead.
just about to take. I've got to throw a shout out real fast to Albert Pujols, man, hitting number 700 the other night.
Oh yeah, no
History was made, man. History was made. He did it 699 and 700 in the same game.
It was awesome.
Against the Dodgers. You should have been there. It was in LA. You could have went and saw that.
I would have liked to have caught that ball.
That would have been sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The guy says he's going to keep it, but yeah, we'll chat about we'll get into some topics tomorrow.
And hockey stars today. Avalanche start their playoff run, or their reigning championship this year. First game, preseason.
Preseason opens today. Gosh,
Yeah,
those
for them,
guys don't get much time off. It seems like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So, all right, dudes. Everybody have a good Sunday, and let's shoot for a show tomorrow night.
Cool. Do a recap on all of our losses and wins.
Yeah.
Yes, we will. So, yeah, good luck. I hope everybody does good today, especially you, Big Daddy.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, brother.
All
Go Baltimore.
All right, later, guys.
Hey.